Welcome to Tybalt's Apprentice, and we're going to show you that it's not all sunshine and chocolate here in Mythic. We're going to join a game here. This is coming after a rather, well, I would say a serious defeat, but remember, I don't really care. Adventurous Inn is a new card that we've added from Final Fantasy. We tweaked a couple of things after some advice from CGB. He didn't really give me advice. I just saw one of his videos, but anyhow. So, Mythic. Up against tokens and life gain and shenanigans like that. So I'm gonna say that I saw a couple of these, but not too many on the way up. I don't mind eating a token or two if I can and not lose anything. And surely all it takes is me casting this Dragonstorm and it is game over. However, if you've looked at the link of this video, you know that's not quite how it works out. Yeah, I can lose something, that's fine. I can lose a land. I just won't take some damage. Actually, what I won't do is I will not lose a land. I will block it, change it into a land because I can. And with this, we cast Dragonstorm and it's game over. No, not quite. We're going to bounce this. And this time, we're going to bounce it again. And that going into our hand is not a good thing. However, dumping Etali on the board is good. Being able to pull one of their board wipes that gets tapped creatures, yeah, that's good. I see what they're doing there. I like their synergy because, you know, they've got the Authority of Councils or whatever the heck that is. It makes all my stuff come in tapped. So that could have been, you know, nasty, but let me eat one of their tokens. I should eat the life linkers because they're going to get the life no matter what, but less life linkers is better. And now, yes, there's only one card to do. It's the Etali. Bounce it. Let's see what... Well, that's not the best. I mean, life gain is okay for me, but I'd really rather end this. So this... Authority of the Council, I think, is going to put in some work. Let's go ahead and create a token because I realize at this point I have almost burned all of my freaking blink effects. So, this wasn't the game-ending turn that I expected it to be. And their creatures are just growing stronger and angrier. And I'm more edible. Yeah, that's a thing. Unless they put another token or two on it. Oh, and I think they will. Oh, luckily they didn't put two of them on there. Luckily they are out of gas. At least that's my hope. Now, what's the best thing to cast right now? I would say let's do the Dragonstorm and try to end it again. We're at 15, they're at 54. Trumpeting Carnosaur is not what I was hoping for. I want my Etali, but I'm sad to see one in my hand. Let's see, maybe we can get it on this cast. They're down to 50, I'm at 19. There we go. This is not as effective against life gain decks as it could be, should be, would be. Let's, yes, destroy target enchantment. That seems useful. Hopefully they went low on those. Let's get rid of this so that my stuff can come in untapped. Actually, no, yeah, that was the smart thing, getting rid of the room that makes more creatures. Maybe next time I'll get a chance to get rid of their Authority of the Council. Let's do this so we can cast our dinosaurs, hard cast them if we need to. 44 to 25, let's do what we can to take... Actually, let's gain our life. I think life is going to matter in this case. They can soak up some of it, but not all of it. Yeah, that can go to the bottom. All right, so we've cast 3 of our 4 Dragonstorms. We've got an Etali in our hand, which means there's only two potentially left. That is not something I'm happy to see. Them getting flyers is problematic to say the least. Them getting flyers for free, also problematic. The Authority of the Council is going to help us. Thank goodness they played it in their deck so I could use it. All right, something big. That is not something big. Dragonstorm. All right, picking him off a couple of points at a time isn't going to do it. We need a big, solid hit. This is where that other land would have come in, and I could have created my little sorcerer that does a point of damage every time you cast a non-creature spell. Weak against flyers. That's the thing I'm taking away from this right now. I think that, well, I think most games don't go this long. I hate to think anybody gave the idea that I just coasted into Mythic. I mean, it takes a little bit of work, so that's what I'm having to do now. Actually, now that I am in Mythic, I did coast all the way to Mythic, so lucky me. My point isn't to rub it in your face. My point is to say that if I can do it, absolutely, surely any of you can do it. It's I'd say it's not that hard, but you just need the right combination, the right synergy of things. And this was the right deck at the right time for me. Too bad it came a week after, or rather a month after I declared I was going to go to Mythic. But that's part of the journey, right? Get to see the frustration, feel the frustration of trying to do this stuff. Now that I've done it, a hole is filled. I'm going to have a couple holes punched in me at this point, I think. All right, so block everything I can. Or do I take it? Let's make sure. Let's eat what I can. Eat all the creatures. I don't mind trading tokens for tokens if I can pull off something miraculous. Here, 32 life. Life gain matters at this point for me. The fact that those things come in tapped also matters for me. They've gotten rid of all of my planeswalkers, so now I am forced. This is the point where I'm starting to, oh my gosh, I have not done this yet. This is it. This is how I'm going to win. I'm sure of it. What I was starting to say was I pulled out a couple of man lands. I pulled a couple of those vaults out thinking that games wouldn't go this long. Soak up what you can. Take 5 poison. I may have them on their heels as long as they don't do 32 points of damage to me in this turn. Yeah, I pulled out a couple of lands to put in the new lands the adventure's in, and I wish I could remember the name of the other one off the top of my head, but I can't. Take a look at it after this game is over. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of unusual. The games don't usually go this long. They're usually about 4 minutes. If one of us makes the turn 5, either they've killed me or I've killed them, or I've shut off the game and rage quit. No, I wasn't rage quitting. What I'm doing now is I'm quitting after 6 or 8 games, and then just quit, win or lose. And that's how I got to Mythic. You can see that on darkritual.site if you go there and you see my blog. I don't do a daily blog, but there's a few interesting things there, and it's not just about Magic. I like to include a few other things. What I also like to do is put down lots of creatures so that I can go wider than they are. 41 to 25, and I'm not going to get a chance to pick them off, so poison is the only way I can do this. Swinging in with everything. They block. Oh, 11 to 11. They'll kill it. And they're going to... Oh, nice. 11. Oh, wait. Indestructible? Oh, I guess not. All right, so with that, I think it's a table flip. Yes. All right, awesome. That was great. That was a good game. That was a good game for everybody involved, I think. Made me work. I spent 25 minutes sorting that out in my head. It was a lot to go through. A couple of the cards, they're really the only land cards are the only things that were changed in here. I'm afraid to tweak anything too much, so I just cloned it, and I looked for, where is it at? There's, nope. There it is. Wait a second. Yeah, there. All right. This is the town that gives me, it's an adventure. So it gives me the sorcerer, which will do 1 point of damage that should eat their life total faster. I would have had more of those in there. I feel like I need more of those in there if they're going to work efficiently. I didn't have the wild cards. Where the heck is the adventurers in? Duh. It's A, so it's probably at the top. Yeah, so these are the 2 cards that I added. I don't know. I may tweak this from here. But in the meantime, a huge thank you to all of you that stayed to the end. You are rock stars. I appreciate you very much. To those of you that have bought from my store, again, I am eternally grateful to all of you guys. So thanks for taking the time to watch it, and we'll catch you next time. In the meantime, be sure to go to darkritual.site. Check out what we have there. Visit the Arcane Nexus. Figure out how you can use those magic cards you really want to use but aren't sure how to. With that, have a good one. We'll talk to you next time.